Hey guys, welcome to Superlative Radio. Dylan Stone here with you. Hope you enjoy the following vlog.
Hey guys, welcome to another vlog here on Superlative Radio. Today I want to talk about something that I mentioned on one of my Let's Talk shows. I had talked about how negative everything seems to be on the internet when it comes to television or movies or whatever it happens to be today. It's just like we have this big group of what I like to call negative Nancies, and kind of what the rest of the world kind of calls them too. People aren't giving everything a fair shot. And I say that by when you look at what's going on with, say, Star Trek and Star Wars and all these different franchises that are out there, people aren't really giving them a fair enough shot. They're just looking at the negatives and not looking at all the positives. And the world is a negative enough place as it is. Do we have to have it constantly on everything? Can we not say, yes, these things aren't perfect, but this is what's good about them? Like, does everything always have to be the negative side of it? Does everybody always have to have these negative thoughts that they just want to continuously hammer on about and say, well, they're ruining this franchise and this isn't what I grew up with and this isn't this and this isn't that? Well, I mean, we're all guilty of it, I think, in some fashion, especially when you're fans of something. I mean, God knows I've done my fair share of saying I don't like this and I don't like that and I don't like this and I don't like that, but I talked about it at length about Star Trek, for an example, because people are hammering really hard on the new Star Trek stuff. So like Discovery, Picard, Lower Decks. People are hammering on them about the fact that, well, this isn't canon and that isn't canon and this doesn't fit and that doesn't fit. But when you look at what's actually going on, most of it does fit. And I've explained this, I know I explained it in my first season of Let's Talk, when you look at me talking about Picard and Discovery as an example, how it actually does fit into canon and how they did pay attention to certain things. You know, it just seems to be something that, it seems like when you turn on the internet, especially like if you go on YouTube, and you listen to anybody that talks about Star Trek at length, or all they seem to do is talk about, and I'm going to name a couple of channels that are notoriously bad for it. Doomcock, Midnight's Edge, are two in particular that are just negative, all the time negative. And the simple fact is, you know, I don't know what it is with you guys that you're just so damn negative all the time, but you seriously need to, like, grow the fuck up. You act like, you know, you're the be-all and end-all of what should be Star Trek and what should be this and what should be that. I'm going to tell you, you aren't. You just aren't. There's absolutely nothing that makes you guys the definitive, say, I don't know, the definitive choices of what should be and what shouldn't be. I can't remember ever watching a video of either of those channels where they actually say something good. All they do is negative all the time. That only goes so far. I mean, there's a lot of things that they say that I agree with, but there's a lot of things that they say that I don't agree with. And the simple fact that all they are is negative all the time, I mean, half the time I sit there and I watch your guys' videos and I look and I'm like, man, these guys are just fucking idiots. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna call yous out. You're fucking morons. Like, it's obvious that so many of the things that you guys say, it's obvious you've never really watched Star Trek, that you obviously really don't understand Star Trek, that you guys obviously don't understand so much of what goes on in Star Trek, that you overlook so much. You know, I think, man, it's a shame because some of the stuff you guys say, some of the points you guys make are good points. But some of the points you make are just, it's like you're fucking idiots. I just don't get it. Like, do you guys not look at the overall aspects of these franchises or these things and say, hey, you know what? All kidding aside and all joking aside, this is actually good. Like, how can you look at Star Trek Picard as an example and not say, that was a fun nostalgia ride? Because it was. I mean, it was really cool to get to see Patrick Stewart playing Picard again. It was really cool to see Brent Spiner being Data. It was really cool to see, Jonathan Frakes being Will Riker and Marina Sirtis being Deanna Troi. It was really cool to see those characters. It was really cool to see 7 of 9 again. There's so much of that show that was still really cool to see. And at the same time, yes, you can address the issues that show has, because it has some. Don't get me wrong, it ain't perfect. And I've addressed them in my show, and if you had half a clue about it, you'd probably go back and watch my shows, and you would see how I address those issues, rather than just hammer on the fact that everything about it sucks, because that's not the case. Not everything about everything sucks. Even as much as I hate the J.J. Abrams reboot movies, there's things about them I do like, because everything has some good in it. And I think you guys are just missing the points. I just really do. And I think if you guys looked at it a little bit better, maybe if you guys took a little bit of stuff from like what Lore Reloaded or Steve Shives says, those two guys both have some really good views on Star Trek. They look at things in a very interesting way. They look at things and go, is it perfect? No, but do I like this? Sure, this is what can be liked about it, and this is what can't be liked about it. And, well, you guys just hammer on the negative stuff. And this negativity that's online, it's got to stop. Like, it's not doing anybody any favors. If these franchises fail, we may never see them come back again. Keep that in mind when you hammer on about how much this sucks or that sucks. It's fine to offer constructive criticism and say, you know what, if you guys did this, it would probably make things a lot better and the franchise would excel more. Rather than just say, this sucks, and it sucks because you're doing it and you don't know nothing and blah, 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 like you guys do all the time. Anyway, just a little rant that I thought I'd go off on and something that I would point out, because I think you guys are just as much a part of the problem as the people that are making the Star Trek that you think is the problem. So, just another vlog from the Saw here on Superlative Radio. Really, if you want to honestly have a good look at something, check out my Season 1 episodes of Let's Talk, where I talk about Picard and Discovery. Check out my Season 2 ones, where I talk about some of these other things. And you get to hear somebody who's a Star Trek fan who admits to what sucks and what doesn't, and really gets it, rather than somebody who's just looking for clicks on YouTube. Because I really think that's all you guys are looking for.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Superlative Radio. Come back anytime, and when you do, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment. We really want to know what you think. We'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, because that's the way it's supposed to be.